welcome back to Metal Rules TV, where the underground meets the playground. I'm Jeff Rappaport.
Matthew Gibbons.
Alex Poole.
Neil Jamison.
Okay, in the news, guys, Intronaut is releasing their 4th album, Habitual Levitations, Instilling Words with Tones. What was that?
Those are fun.
Wow, it's pretty impressive. I thought you were
Did
instilling...
they have anything to say about this?
I thought he was instilling words with tones. It sounded like to me. So, these guys, they're like proggy,
Yeah.
right, and jazzy,
A little bit jazzy, yeah.
right? But you know what I liked about them was that they're like much heavier. Because the thing that like I don't really love about prog is it just starts becoming like so artsy and it almost
You're kind of wandering.
It stops. It gets away from the metal. It gets
Right,
away
right.
from being metal.
They're like, hey, I'd listen to these. I'd listen to King Crimson. Look what I can do.
Right, so stop calling yourself a metal band or being
Yeah,
associated with metal.
Yeah.
At least these guys are still bringing like it's still pretty heavy.
Right, yeah.
Is that what you thought of that band?
Yeah. I'm a sucker for weird time signatures and kind of bizarre music structure, and they kind of hit a note with that. Definitely.
Are you familiar with Intronaut?
Not as much as I should be. You would think that'd be the kind of band I would be into, but I haven't heard much of their stuff. I think the name kind of turns me off.
I'd heard of the name before, but I finally checked them out today. It's pretty cool.
Wasn't somebody who was in Exhumed at one point in Intronaut?
Yes, Leon Del Muerte was in there. Actually, Danny
Good friend of
Walker,
yours.
I believe, still plays drums for them.
Hmm.
But Leon did play with them for a while. Yes, he's a buddy of mine. He was an Intronauter.
I thought
He's no longer with Intronaut.
I thought their first album was really the only one that I was familiar with. And again, this is actually one of the bands that we'll be speaking of that I don't have anything bad to say about. I think what they do is, at least as far as I'm familiar with, was interesting and fairly heartfelt. And like you said, with a lot of prog and prog influence bands, it seems they don't know when to quit. It's note, 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 note,
Right.
note. Where's the song? There's no beginning, there's no end. It's just...
That's been a plague in death metal. It's just too many notes.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a
Without
fucking
any
math problem.
ideals or structure or anything.
Yeah.
But they seem to kind of know where they're going.
Yeah, like what you said, math. Who said math? Was it you that said math? Like that whole, they actually had a genre called
Yeah,
math.
metal. Yeah, I hate that term.
It's like, oh my god, that's terrible. Like, I don't want to do math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not in this for math. I'm in,
Mathcore, math rock.
Yeah, I'm in this to fucking rock out a little bit, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like it has to be good. It has to have a good.
Oomph.
Yep. Yeah. You have to have a hook. You have to have something going on.
You have to have a song.
Yeah, a
As
lot
John
of these
Pepper
people.
said, the hook brings you back.
A lot of these people know how to play their instruments really well, but when it comes to actually, they just write a bunch of random riffs and then tie them together.
Yeah.
But it still just makes no sense. It's like, okay, well,
We're
cool,
jazzy.
you stopped and you made a jazz part and then you went back into something that makes no sense. And, okay.
Why would you do that?
I'm okay with the lack of direction in jazz. I think that actually makes
Like free jazz?
music- Yeah, it
But
makes
that's
it
but
interesting.
that's jazz.
right.
Yeah.
This is metal.
As far as
Yeah.
the metal, I mean, we're based on. It's all based on rock and roll, and
Right.
when you're bringing out a calculus problem and you're showing off that you can play scales backwards and forwards, it's just to me,
It's a roller coaster. That's all it is.
it's
there's-
5 people tuning up their instruments at once.
Right.
Yeah.
The question is Intronaut, is that a real word, or is that a made-up word like we made up earlier tonight?
Well, it makes me think of that, what was that movie, Inner Space? With Dennis Quaid was in there?
Were they intronauts instead of astronauts?
Yeah,
'Cause
when
they
he went
were
inside. He went inside somebody else's body. Martin Short.
Yes.
was.
Inception.
Yes.
Yeah, Inception.
Dreams,
Yeah.
yeah.
Inception. We started watching. Is that the movie we started watching with Leonardo DiCaprio? Is that what we're
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
Yeah.
We got about 15 minutes in,
Yeah,
and I'm
that's-
like, I'm not fucking watching this.
That's a math rock movie.
Yeah. Did you guys like that movie?
I
I
liked it.
enjoyed it, but it is so unnecessarily convoluted. It's not.
Yeah.
Come on,
It has
really?
Tom Hardy in it though, and he's fucking dreamy.
Not Peace Bay.
He was Bane, isn't he? Tom Hardy.
Well, you can't recognize
Yeah.
him underneath the Darth Vader / Sean Connery thing that he does.
He was
Yeah.
fucking Handsome Bob in Rock and Roll, Guy Ritchie's last real movie. That's important to me. No one else. But Intronaut, it's a playoff of the Black Sabbath song Supernaut, that's where.
Is that where it
I guess-
came from?
So
yeah,
it's
which
the
I guess is
beginning
from
of that?
Astronaut.
Is this
but-
actual fact that you know?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Dragonaut from Sleep, that's based off of that. Who is it? Was it Nat Frost that did Necronaut?
Yeah.
There's been plenty of bands that use the NAUT.
Didn't Velvet Cocoon use something not for one of their
Rules not.
Not a real band.
Did Anthrax say not a lot?
Yes.
Not.
Yeah.
Watch the beat.
All right, so I guess that's what we have on Intronaut.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Coming out March 19th on Century Media. Habitual whatever.
stuff.
It's a long word. I'm telling words with tones and Matt's phone
Yes.
goes off.
No, it's a sentence.
Yeah, it starts becoming sentence
That's
metal
just
title.
sentence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye-bye.